rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the red trunk.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
If you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need anything apart from that opponent in the opposite corner.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. These two fighters are made for one another. There's a counter shot. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Punch, counter punch. Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Nice counter shot. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout.
And there's the bell for round two. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Couldn't land that jab. Nice counter shot. Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Beautiful counter punch. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab and doesn't score. And he scores with the counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Courage on display here is incredible. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if...
There's the bell to start round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? Excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. Straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? The perfect counter lands. Good counter punching. Throws a jab but does not score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch right up the middle. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And a round that seemed like... There's the bell for round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Jab does not score. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. That jab doesn't score. They exchange punches. Well done with that counter shot. Nice job getting that punch through. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Down big time. And there's the bell for round 5. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop.
Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the ring.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Good punch. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. His legs. There's the bell for round 6. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not out twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punch. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamorweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. This fight has a real good flow to it. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt. And there's the bell for round 7. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Punch caught him clean. Missing with the hook. Nice counter. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Will the referee stop it? survived that.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. At this point, you got to... There's the bell for round 8. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice counter shot. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. He misses with that jab. Good counter punch. That jab won't score. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter. Well done with that counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, Johnny, it was a very close fight.